them down that we would maybe slow that whole team down. So that's what we did, and it worked.
I feel it was our defensive pressure. We forced turnovers the other night, and we were really unselfish early on. But I think the defense is just a big part of us getting off to a good start.
Well, like I said, my teammates found me in place where I was able to score. I think that I was able to come off some really good screens by Juwan and Nunya. So really, they kind of made it easy for me because I was just I was put in those places where I could beat this with the ball.
It was a little bit, but we had to focus on this game that we had here. But it's hard to not think about New York, because everyone's really excited about going, and just the opportunities that the NIT present for us. So yeah, but yeah, it was it was a little hard to not think about it. But I think we did a good job once again, not going to focus in on Coppin State.
Yeah, I think McKee showed you his ability to score there in that second half, especially the last 10 minutes of the second half. He's a very tough guard. He's very shifty. He's got a good fadeaway. He can shoot threes. He keeps you off balance. Our ability to get him in the foul trouble is a difference for their team because they kind of go as he goes. And we did a very good job, I thought, in the first 10 minutes of the second half. I thought our defense was very good in the first half. I thought we were inconsistent. We shot too many threes. And that's something that has remained consistent for us, is that we're shooting a lot of threes and not shooting a high percentage. And it's probably going to be something that we got to take a hard look at. And it's something we did last year. We shot too many threes and shot a lower percentage, and we'd have some games where we shot fewer threes and made more. And it's probably going to get to that. We have to probe the defense a little bit more and move the basketball. But tonight, the game was kind of in spurts, and obviously they dictate tempo. So you want us to get totally into a flow and feel good about it like we did with some of the other games, but they're not going to allow that when they're using the shot clock almost every possession. Yeah, Rob did some good things, and I think it was good for him. It was good from a fan standpoint. Just be able to watch him play and stay in the game as a coach. You have to be careful because he's not getting as many minutes. He's been in foul trouble, but you also don't want to see somebody get hurt when you're up by 30 points. And that's been the case in the past where we've taken him out with 5-6 minutes to go. But he just needs to play. He needs to get out there and just play minutes and get a feel. And I thought tonight he played very hard. I thought he ran in transition. He attacked the glass. And then he made some shots, obviously. Actually, he missed a couple that he was in rhythm that normally go down. But, with him, when he misses shots, you're surprised. First of all, I think it's difficult when you sit the whole game, and then you have to come out there and play after sitting for an hour and a half. And it's very hard for those guys to do that, especially when it's against the guys that have been playing for the other team. And I think you had a little bit of that, where guys are, might be fresh, but they're cold. When they go out there, then the other guys have been playing the entire game. So you had a little bit of that. And, obviously, you want to end on a good note, but at times it doesn't always work that way.
And you had to be critical. One thing tonight was the dribble penetration. I know last year at times it was a problem.
I think it was, containing the dribble, but also, allowing just too many drives to the middle. It just seemed like they broke us down to the middle, and that's something that I feel we've done a better job with, but it's still at times it can be an Achilles heel for us. But we have to be patient offensively. I probably had to grab something from an offensive point of view. Is we have to move the basketball a little bit more and probe the defense. At times you're going to have that with good offensive players, because they're confident, and we play kind of free range motion at times, and you're going to have some guys be open, but also you probably can get a better shot than that after a pass or two. But that's something you're going to have at times when you have a lot of guys that can score.
How much of a factor is just his staff or maturity and
I think he is one of those guys that is a tough guard because he can shoot three-pointers and then he can break you down off the dribble. So he gets in between that 3 and 4 spot. And so that's what we try to keep him at the 4 spot for that reason. But he plays like a big guard. But he has somebody bigger guarding him a lot. And the thing we've tried to work with him is just understand who's guarding him, what he can and can't do, and then playing through it. And I think he's done a good job with that. Obviously, he's been frustrated because of the foul trouble. And tonight, he's able to put put some minutes together without fouling. And you know, he just plays hard, and he lays it on the line. And I think that's the most important thing for us, is just making sure that's what we're doing as a team, is just playing hard, laying it on the line, and he's done a good job of that. You know, we'll see. You know, I think that's something that happens. You know, when you have some games and you're able to push the lead out a little bit, I think it's good because we've been able to play a lot of people. And I think when somebody gets injured or somebody gets into foul trouble, you feel more comfortable as a coach. But obviously, you don't have experience from this year in terms of being in a close game yet. So until you get into that close game, we really don't know how this team will respond. But we've been in some close games, obviously, last year, and I thought we did a pretty good job. But that's what you try to do with your schedule. I mean, you have a schedule to prepare you for the Big Ten Conference. As a coach, you don't sit back and say, I hope we get into a close game. You know, that's. But I do understand your question. It's a concern. But everything, as a coach, you think about everything. Everything's a concern. Well, I thought that we need to pass the basketball a little bit more. And there's times you're going to be open, but can you get a better shot if you move the basketball after a couple passes? And the answer is yes, you can get a better shot. And you want your guys to be confident, but you also have to understand that, you know, you're trying to get to the free throw line, you're trying to get the other team in foul trouble, and by shooting threes, you're not going to do that. And at times, our guys are a little bit too confident. And it's been 4 games now, and we're not shooting a high percentage, and we keep, you know, shooting shots. So you have to make an adjustment, especially when we're shooting a very high percentage on twos. Just be a better basketball team. And there's no doubt that it's a great field. You know, we're going to get challenged. I mean, Boston College is a great program. He's done a very good job there. In his time at Boston College, they have one of the best point guards in the country, Tyrese Rice. I mean, he scored 47 last year in a game against North Carolina. So it's going to be a very tough match. But they got a good team. And, you know, we're going to have to be prepared for them. And then no matter what happens, we're going to have a great opponent the next night also. So you're obviously getting these exempt tournaments to play on neutral courts and to be challenged by NCAA caliber teams. And, you know, there's no doubt we'll come back a better team from the experience. As a coach, you're greedy. You know, you want to win. And we're just going to do everything in our power to prepare for Boston College and then go from there. Just keep taking things one at a time.